I'm an immaculate anomaly. I'm an organic organism, ain't no order.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Raiders and the Browns. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
A December chill is in the air coming off of Lake Erie. But folks here bundled up, ready for football at Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland. Today we've got a fun little clash in the AFC as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Cleveland Browns. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said, the key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. On the return is Hines. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Looking to throw right away is Watson. And his first pass is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Watson, option left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Faking the give. Now Watson. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Watson now on second down. And that is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing in the cover. They have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd and 6. Minshew sets to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tucker. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down. Abdullah on the counter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And this is caught. Touchdown. Raiders. Tucker from 19 yards away. And the Raiders have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. Look at the big fella go. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defense in front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9. They run it again with Chubb. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking picking up 26 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. This will be caught. Judy. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns have regained the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Minshew's throwing in the hands of his receiver, Guyton. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Minshew. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Now the Steelers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll give up the gun to Abdullah. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that is how you do it, my friends. This will be spotted out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 3-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. The Browns were given a solid performance in that first half from their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Off play action, it's Minshew. He finds his man, complete. That's Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll run left with Abdullah. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Minshew. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there. This game, both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, the other day they told us. 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they like some matchups that they had.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Field position here following the interception, and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston completes the pass to Judy on the crossing pattern. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Chubb is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ready.
Chubb again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, a 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
By Hopkins, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Still 2nd down.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing, O'Connell. He finds his man, complete. It's Bowers. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's going to be met at about the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. Able to fight through one tackle. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now O'Connell. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bowers. And they're going to speed things up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
O'Connell to throw on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Raiders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Carlson on for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return is Hines. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. There to make the stop was John Jenkins. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch in. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd down. Here's Chubb again. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Jameis to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Chubb on the counter. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Winston now. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes, and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun.
And the Raiders have got him. The linebacker, Robert Spillane, making a big play.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Fighting him off. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Off the play fake. O'Connell. Open man is Myers. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Back to throw, O'Connell. It's Myers again with another catch. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Now O'Connell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And O'Connell now to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Throwing on 2nd down. Here's O'Connell. Now they go screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
To throw here, O'Connell. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. 2nd down, goal to go. Madison will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Winston readies the offense. Down 21-17. A minute 50 to play. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's Winston. And this one's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Winston. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Clock rolling here, under 90 seconds to go. Now Winston. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Here's second down. Winston to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they need a touchdown, and here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50, but that one falls incomplete.
Winston. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And now the attention, it turns to the Browns. Trailing in this one now. 44 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Back to it after the pick six. Winston. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Now Jameis on second down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Madison running right. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Alexander Madison with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Raiders tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.